get that for you. But yeah, team's ready to go, itching to get this game started. So let's kick it off into Oasis.
To answer your question, Sultan, I do like Oasis. Oasis is a very fun King of the Hill map. It's sort of untraditional, as we've seen with a lot of Ilios or Lijiang Tower being played. This one doesn't really have as much elements for environmental kills. There's one map or so that has that, but otherwise, I really like Oasis. Should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, these games definitely go back and forth. It's never one-sided on this map.
Well, I'm expecting some Pharah to be played. This is a very good Pharah map, and a lot of Varia battles. And I think we have some Pharah players, right, on the playing right now?
Yes.
Nice.
There's a few players that I think they can play Pharah. And yeah, definitely we don't get to see a lot of Pharah.
Yeah.
Or at least a lot of Oasis, rather, so excited to be later on. But yeah, coming into this first control point here. Sorry about that. What were you saying, Vivo?
Yeah, I'm seeing some Moira on the enemy team, on the red team, so I'm very happy right now.
You've got both of your captains picking their traditional players. Dirty Jockey on that Tracer, Firing Wolf on the Lucio, Gale Capital on the Mercy, Greatest Gen M on the Diva, Third Eye Funk Boy on the Reinhardt, Rayquiz on the McCree, and then Sivaris, or Savuki's team, excuse me, formerly Sivaris. He is playing that McCree. Kyle Gunner, interestingly enough, playing that Zarya. Just Buck on the Lucio, Time Lord Prime on that Tracer. That should be a lot of fun to watch him versus Dirty Jockey. Bodily on the Moira, and Psych Raw playing some nice Diva, boys. Let's see how this game takes off.
I immediately see Civ's team coming around the outside of point. Looks like both teams coming in the same direction, meeting immediately, and obviously nobody wanted to drop off too quickly here. Taking a little bit of high ground, Team Civ with Savuki there, and I believe that's Time Lord with him. Just trying to get a little bit of high ground, a little bit of damage, and Gale Capital already in a difficult spot as Cyclops finds him on the Diva, low health, and tries to get away. Maybe he'll survive there, but Civ is the first to fall, being his opposite captain, Dirty Jockey, taking him down. And as the control point starts to open up, it looks like Jockey's team actually does have a little bit of an advantage here. Civ's team kind of backing off, and as that control point starts to develop a little bit of that blue, we'll see if Civ's team backs off here or tries to maintain this contest.
Yeah, Civ going down so early by Dirty Jockey, being pocketed by that Mercy, absolutely to be taken into account for. But you see, they're really trying to climb back here. Civ does take out Dirty Jockey, answers that. Third Eye Funk Boy on the Reinhardt takes him out. And now it is blue team, Dirty Jockey and company. They do take this first point. Should be, well, let's see how Savuki's team comes back.
Interesting to see Civ fall so early there, but recognizing a threat and taking him down immediately. It did help them win that fight, and now at about 20% or so, we'll see them start to come back in and engage. Few ults building here for the currently defending team. Dirty Jockey with a pulse bomb, the same one on the opposite side, but Time Lord Firing Wolf with a Sound Barrier, Gale Capital with Valkyrie as well, and Rayquiz there with a Deadeye. Ults starting to build here for Civ's team, still kind of disadvantaged. Gale will now use the Valkyrie to pick Third Eye back up, and then we'll capture the res. Just keep him strong on the point. What do you see?
Boys, Dirty Jockey is going for Savuki as much as he can. He wants his blood so badly. This is incredible. You see, he used his pulse bomb on Savuki. Boom. Gets his pulse bomb back within 10-15 seconds. Unbelievable. Savuki does have Deadeye. I see him using it now. And 1-2 does pick off Fire. Does pick off Rayquiz. And Greatest Gen M with the Diva ult to take out Savuki.
And here about 64-65%. Looks like Civ's team coming back in and trying to take this point back, but already quite a bit of it earned here for Jockey's team. They're defending well, still with a few ults in their pocket, 4 to be exact. Civ's team still looking to build a few just T-Buck. Looks like look at that Sound Barrier off, looking to, or has that Sound Barrier here, and could use to help out his team with this Shadow coming in.
That's a very nice stall by the blue team. It's like really good.
Very nice job by Savuki and company. You go ahead and take that team back. As you can see, Psychraw is on fire, does have their Diva cart back. Just Buck does have that very precious Lucio Sound Barrier. Let's see what they can do about this. He will be answered by Firing Wolf playing the Lucio on Dirty Jockey's team. So this should be quite the fight that we're about to see break out. you can see Savuki sitting on top of that high ground, does roll off, does give it out to Rayquiz. Dirty Jockey looking for Savuki. He's like, I gotta kill him, and he does. Takes out Savuki very quickly. Pretty impressive if you ask me.
Yeah, now going in on Bo Billy, able to eliminate him as well, and 2 big picks here for Dirty Jockey in his fight to try and take this back. Cypher out of mech already in a difficult spot as well, and as the kills start going the way of Team Jockey, they may be able to wrap this up and flip the point back before Civ hits 50% or so.
Absolutely. Gale Capital just popped that Mercy ult, and he is trying to keep that team healed up as best as they can. They do take the point back, 87, 88%. Savuki's team does need to regroup. They need to get together as a team. I see them sort of trickling in a little bit. That does not favor them whatsoever. If they want to try and take this point back, they really need to group up. And big pulse bomb on that Mercy by Dirty Jockey.
Yeah, that's a huge pulse bomb of Bo Billy. Not able to use the Valkyrie, 99% away, now has it, but will be contesting with the respawn. So we'll want to try and get back to point as quickly as possible, but not a lot of control over being able to get back. Obviously, Justy Bucks trying to continue this contestant here and flip the point back for Team Civ, but Team Jockey still looks like they are kind of supreme on the point. Actually, Bo Billy does come back, is able to use the Valkyrie to pick up Savuki. That's a big pickup for them. Kyle Gunner comes back as well. Savuki pays him back by taking down his opposite McCree Rayquiz, and in overtime, able to flip that point back, turn for more percentage.
I feel like this is a battle of giants right now. Time Lord Prime doing some work on that Tracer, taking out Dirty Jockey. There's a lot of fun things happening right here. I hope that we're able to catch all of it because, my goodness, every player on this team, they're all stars. They're playing at high caliber. This is a ton of fun.
Yeah, the battle between these Tracers trying to find the essential picks is interesting to watch so far. Dirty Jockey back at it, trying to get Civ up at the top with Bo Billy pocketing him there, and Civ again in a difficult spot for Dirty Jockey, having to recall. They're getting a little bit low on health. Civ looking to find help in his own as Dirty Jockey picks up that pulse bomb, moves to get in on somebody. Justy Buck there falling as Time Lord is able to grab a Gale Capital with the pulse bomb as well. This time doesn't quite connect for Dirty Jockey, though, is able to take out Savuki regardless.
Yeah, unfortunately with that Mercy pick, just doesn't do enough for Time Lord and company. They are able to take that point. Dirty Jockey is, and what a battle between 2 heavyweight teams. SNK Pivo, what did you boys see in that match?
Well, Civ got shut down fairly often, so that was the thing. He was not doing anything for the first times. Like, Dirty Jock was going for his ass all the time. And I think Civ's team played a little bit too passively for the first 2 team fights. So they had the numbers advantage on point, but they backed off, and then the Dirty Jockey team just capped the point. And then if they had to be a little bit more aggressive, I think they'll be able to cap it at least the first time.
Same here. Just Civ's team's not staying together. They're playing all over the place. Dirty Jockey's team seems to be playing more together than Civ's. So
I would absolutely agree with that. I did see Civ's team doing some trickle, but here we are off to the second map here on Oasis. Savuki's team taking that high ground very, very quickly. Now, Dirty Jockey's team, they are fighting for that teleporter, or that airlift there. So let's see how this goes out. Savuki's team is pulling back, and there could be some big plays happening here very quickly. Kyle Gunner taking out the Grace Gen M. Time Lord cleaning up that D.Va as soon as she got out of mech, and he takes out that Reinhardt. Big picks by Time Lord Prime. That's my boy on Beats by Lucio.
Yeah, putting a
Hashtag bias.
already 78% or now 88%. Barely keep up with it. 2-8 pulse bomb will be able to use that in this next engagement. Dirty Jockey is opposite, only at 64% or so. So already seeing who's winning that battle of finding central targets and taking them down to help the teams win the fight.
Yeah, but Savuki has claimed that high ground. We all know that he is a man on high, and that high is the high ground. And it looks like Third Eye Funk Boy is leading the charge with the Reinhardt, just keeping that shield up, followed by Kyle Gunner. Not seeing Kyle Gunner play on D.Va is fairly interesting. Cypher sending in that D.Va bomb does not get anybody, and they need to quickly regroup. I do see Kyle Gunner just sort of swinging in, and he needs to pull back, and he does get picked, unfortunately, but he does get rezzed up by Bo Bidley, and lots of action happening right now here at the blue team spawn point.
Yeah, I like the aggressive defense here from Civ's team, pushing up after having taken the point. They're already up to about 50% or so. We'll be here shortly, and just keeping Jockey's team pushed back and not really giving them an opportunity to collect any kind of purchase on the point here, but really using our plate scale capital with using the Valkyrie. They're trying to keep the team alive as they continue this engagement. And the sound barrier then comes in from Just T-Buck as well, just trying to keep Civ's team alive here as this attack comes in. Firing Wall falls, but then is res, Third Eye Funk Boy falls as well. And still looks like a pretty good defense here for Civ's team. Jockey's, they're just not able to push in maybe as well as they'd like.
Oh, wow, a couple of high noons going off. I don't think they could tell the time right because neither of them did connect. Another big Diva Bomb coming in. Kyle Gunner does shield that off with his Reinhardt play. We did see a couple of smashes that did connect but didn't really follow through with anything. These two teams need to play a little bit more cohesively if they want to use their ults appropriately. But lots of big action happening. And there goes Psych Raw taking off Rayquiz. Kyle Gunner picking off Third Eye Funk Boy on that Rhine v Rhine, and Time Lord Prime taking out that Mercy. Great job by Time Lord Prime to take out that essential healer for Dirty Jockey's team. I have not seen much play happening from Dirty Jockey right now, and that's because Savuki's team is just putting on a clinic, and they are going to capture this point, and it is all tied 1-1.
Well, what a response right there from Civ's team coming back after a really hotly contested first round and just able to take that point 100-0. And I like to be, like I said, aggressive defense from them pushing back out from the point, and Jockey's team just did not know how to contest with that defense.
Pivo, SNK, what'd you two think? What'd you guys see?
Oh, I saw some great diva work from the two divas in the both teams, like blocking the high noons. When Rayquiz, I don't know how to say his name, he actually got to the high ground and he dropped down, and the diva Psych Brawl was on the point, like the defense matrix, and just flew out to his face and killed him. That was great play.
Civ's team was definitely playing a lot more closer together than the first game. Dirty Jockey's team was just a little more spread out than his team.
Yeah,
team, obviously.
As a theme that we see, if you are a team, you are together, and if you are together, you seem to have a higher chance of winning the game. Here we are on to map number 3 of Oasis. This will decide the map. We have Dirty Jockey and Savuki going against each other. Let's see how this first point falls to which team. Ooh, Kyle Gunner looked like he went AFK there for a second, and he is back.
And again, already really aggressive push from Team Civ, but it's actually Jockey's team that starts getting a little bit of the advantage, and it looks like they may be able to just about to cap this point if they can knock out these last straggling attackers. But I like that Civ's team did come in just as aggressively as they did on the last point and started taking a little bit of that progress, but then just couldn't hold on as well, lost the members they needed to take that point, and Jockey's team has a little bit to hold on to now. Yeah,
if Savuki's team wants to pull this back, they do need to regroup. I've seen a couple of stragglers and they got picked off, and that could just be game awareness, and they knew that they needed to get picked off so they could all rejoin together, and that looks like exactly what's about to happen here. So Kyle Gunner's going to be leading the way on that Reinhardt, followed by Psych Raw on that Diva. They're going through the left side, and they're going to try and get some early picks here and try and take this point back. It is 30-0 Dirty Jockey's team on this third and final point of Oasis.
A little bit of poke damage in from behind Dirty Jockey. Looks like that pulse bomb doesn't quite connect. And now just looking to get a little bit more damage in and build that pulse bomb back up into a contest here with Time Lord not quite able to take him down, but now ult's coming out on the point from either side. The self-destruct comes in, does connect with Rayquiz, and now it's still, looks like Civ's team getting the kills in the feed. Looks like they will be able to flip this point back and cap here. With Dirty Jockey's team just eclipsing 50%.
Time Lord Prime saying Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, because he is farming Dirty Jockey's team right now. My goodness, him on Tracer is a thing to watch, folks. I hope you're getting some action of that because he is playing fantastic. Lots of good action happening right now. Dirty Jockey's team about to come back to the point. Kyle Gunner swinging big as that Reinhardt, getting pocketed by that Mercy as is necessary when you've got an aggressive Reinhardt. And Just Buck look like he's trying to boop some people back. There comes a sound barrier coming in hot, and lots of action happening early. Savuki takes out Third Eye Funk Boy, and Geld Capital does fall on that Mercy. Dirty Jockey's team is sort of getting staggered right now, and they need to regroup if they even want to think about taking this third and final point.
They started out the map really strongly, getting up to 52%, but again, this aggressive defense from Team Civ, pushing them out back into their own spawn areas, making it really difficult for them to get as close to the point as they'd like to start to be able to contest. It may just be a matter of having to come in with ults. They've got Greatest Gen M's Graviton they could use to combine possibly with the Pulse Bomb from Dirty Jockey. See what they're trying to come out with, but still 5 ults on the side of Team Civ, so they can always use those to defend just as well.
No doubt. Third Eye Funk Boy. Big smash coming in from Kyle Gunner. Does take out that Mercy. Smashes into Geld Capital. Time Lord Prime with that Tracer Pulse Bomb on Rayquist. Savuki taking out Firing Wolf. And Kyle Gunner finalizing that team fight on Third Eye Funk Boy. Fantastic job by Savuki's team right now controlling this point and doing some work.
Yeah, now as the timer starts ticking up here, 85% gone on the point for Team Civ. Jockey teams will have to figure out a better way to come in, and I believe this kind of middle section, this middle push for them is not quite working out. They need to try and find another way to go, have somebody come in underneath, but an early pin in here onto Third Eye Funk Boy from Kyle Gunner will make that difficult. The Graviton comes out and does grab a couple, but I don't know if they have damage to go with it. As I say, that Dirty Jockey coming in with a triple Pulse Bomb to back to start wiping this team. They're getting a little bit of progress back in the point, and they will be able to flip this point back at the death at 99%.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well,
that was a huge pulse bomb. Savuki's team just got completely wiped off the map. Dirty Jockey is on fire, as you can see, and you can understand why. Big picks happening by Dirty Jockey and company. Third Eye Funk Boy with a big Reinhardt smash. Unfortunately, they do not have any more ults at this time. Firing Wolf at the closest at 87% on that Lucio. But Savuki's team, you know, Kyle Gunner is going to be coming with that smash in about 30, and Bo Diddley does have his Mercy ult. So we'll see if they use these effectively to win this point back.
Yeah, we'll see how Jockey's team decides to defend this point. They are sitting a little further back, and actually, Civ team is able to push in as a result. Shadow comes in, but actually connects with 4, but then he falls and he's not able to use that as effectively as he would have liked to. But they're now using that Valkyrie just to keep Civ's team alive on the point as it starts to eclipse to about 99% with the final round here on Oasis on the line. Looks like Team Civ is wrapping this back up. Looks like we'll be able to flip the point back to Dirty Jockey on Tracer. Looks to contest last second. Whoa. Isn't quite able to keep from going, but Firing Wolf coming back in keeps the overtime timer alive. Everybody else trickling back in as it starts to come down. I don't know if Third Eye Funk will be able to get in time, but Dirty Jockey still able to contest to some degree. The rest of the team coming back in, looking to see if they can just keep the contest up just long enough to win this fight. But as the overtime meter ticks down, it looks like it will be Team Civ that takes the first point.
Fantastic job. You saw Civ. He said, you know what, boy? I saw you hit me. You hit me first on the first map. The second map, I got you. And the third map, you were trying to contest and pop, pop, pop right to the dome. They were able to take that third and final point of Oasis. And Team Savuki is up 1-0.
Yeah, and obviously really impressive plays on both sides. Seeing that triple there from Dirty Jockey on Graviton helped them get a little bit of progress back at this point to push it to a 99 overtime, but not able to get it over the line as Team Civ takes the first round on Oasis. So just impressive for them, but we'll get additional thoughts here in a second. We'll take a break at the next map pick, and yeah, we'll be right back.